climate change charity, and something massive has happened around climate change in the last year. The public mood has completely changed. People are actually frightened, and that fear is turning to anger. People have been shutting down bridges, they've been occupying fossil fuel company headquarters, and they've been striking from their schools. And all across the country, people are calling for strong action on climate change. And Cumbria is no different, Carlisle is no different. At CAfS, never before have we seen such a surge in demand for our work. People have woken up to the fact that we face a climate emergency, that the early impacts are here, and that they are hurting people that we love. And in Cumbria, we're on the front line. People know that there's a very small window of hope and opportunity to turn this round, and they are crying out for solutions, and they are crying out for action. And this is where CAfS comes in, and this is where our real strength lies as a charity. We want to see a zero carbon Cumbria, and we run practical events, training, projects to help make that happen. It's a big vision, and it has been for the last decade, and at times, as I'm sure all of us have felt, we're a lone voice in a small group of people. It doesn't feel that way anymore. Tomorrow in Carlisle, almost 100 businesses, councils, community groups, organisations and activists are coming together to start to work out how we implement the climate emergency motions that have happened in Cumbria. How do we set up citizens' assemblies? How do we communicate about this outside of this group, which is a growing group, but there are still people outside? Some people will tell you that tackling climate change means going back to living in caves. They are wrong. In a zero carbon Cumbria, we would see an improved quality of life. We would see cosy, warm homes that everybody can afford to heat. We would see integrated, accessible public transport that everybody can afford to use. We would see thousands of climate jobs created. We would see a better world for our children. Some people will tell you that this is not urgent. They are wrong. They will say we can delay. We have a decade to act. Emissions continue to rise. We've already warmed the planet by 1 degree, and we know that 1.5 degrees is now considered a safe level of warming, even though that means 8 degrees of warming in some parts of the globe. And we're already very close to tipping our world out of that safe limit. We used to think that 2 degrees was safe. We now know that 2 degrees of warming means that huge areas of the planet become uninhabitable. Millions of climate refugees, 95% of coral reefs lost, small island nations completely submerged, dramatic increase in extreme weather events across the globe and in Cumbria. But that doesn't have to happen. It is not too late to turn this round. There is immediate urgency, and we must respond with the same urgency. The world's best scientists tell us we have 11 years left to act. Some of the infrastructure that we need, such as offshore wind, will take us 6 to 8 years to build. We must start now. Every day of delay, every tonne of carbon emitted, costs lives, and it takes us closer to tipping points in our Earth's climate system. I'm a mother. I have 2 beautiful daughters, Evie, who is 2, and Emily, who's 7. When our 11 years runs out, Emily will just have turned 18 and Eva will be 13. If we don't act now, it'll be too late by the time they're adults. So I'm very proud that my daughter Emily wants to be here today, and she got the flyers for today's event and all the book bags at school, and she brought her friends with her. They have never seen a world without climate change. The 7 years that Emily's been alive have been the 7 hottest on record. Some people will tell you that young people should be in education instead of striking today. They're right that young people should not have to strike for their future and for a livable planet, but they are wrong to say that this is not education. And they are wrong to think that we as adults cannot be educated by our children. The days are gone where children should be seen and not heard. And we say to the youth strikers, we see you, we hear you, and we will amplify your voice. A new world is being born right as we speak, and we don't know which way this is going to go and what that future world is going to look like. We can sleepwalk into that future, a bleak future where our children pay the price for our inaction, a future that none of us want to see, regardless of our background, regardless of our politics. Or we can stand up and we can say, not on my watch. We can stand up in this tiny window of hope and opportunity, and we can create a different world. We have the solutions we need. So at CAfS, we call on everyone, communities, businesses, councils, to join with us and commit to work together to actually create that better world. Thank you.